Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. I'm filming this video on the first day of spring in Northern Hemisphere. It is the vernal equinox. So if you look at the geochron, you will see we have straight lines for the sunlight and darkness curve. Pretty cool. Today, well, let's rewind history a bit. 5.5 years ago, September of 2019, a watch brand was launched that basically picked up the pieces that Seiko left behind. That was obviously Islander, my house brand. I started the ISL 01 and 02 to replace the then sunsetted and discontinued Seiko SKX 007, giving you the upgrades that you wanted. Today is basically history repeating itself. Seiko discontinued the Flightmaster, the SNA 411, 413. 411 was black, 413 was white. I'm wearing them. I'll show them to you. The 414 was all gold. And there was another PVD one that's extremely rare. I'm bringing it back to you Islander style. It's got a couple of upgrades that the initial one was missing. However, the big thing is you can buy them and they're affordable. We're going to get over to them. Oh, you know what? I'm even going to do a wrist check. So let's get there now. So before we get into the main attraction, I should probably show you what I was wearing on my wrist. These are my Flightmasters, my SNA 411 and my 413. My 411 is on an, well, I can't really say aftermarket. It's on a mesh bracelet. It happens to be a Seiko bracelet that I had taken off of a Seiko 5. But this is the Mighty Flighty as coined, powered by a 7T62 movement. It's a flight chronograph, screw down pushers, screw down crown, bi-directional friction bezel with what you could consider to be an E6B flight computer slide rule. So these watches, this is the OEM bracelet by the way, these watches are indeed discontinued. The last time I had these, I was selling them for somewhere in the mid-400s, mid-400 bucks. So this is what I have devised to replace it. This is going to be called the Islander Calverton. Calverton is a field. It's now a closed runway. It's a field out on eastern Long Island, and it is where the Navy and Grumman tested the F-14s when they were delivered. That is where all the assurance testing would take place. So very richly steeped in aviation Calverton. Islander Calverton, you're going to find the same, basically the same size specs as the original Flightmaster. So it is 41.8 millimeters in diameter. It is 12.9 thick to a slightly domed sapphire crystal. The original Flightmaster, of course, was mineral. 48 millimeters on the lug tip to lug tip. You get a solid embossed case back with the Islander lighthouse and logo. And we are looking at, so the original Flightmaster was a 21 millimeter lug. I did not keep that. I went down to a 20 millimeter lug with a solid link, solid end link bracelet and 6-position micro adjust. Same clasp that I just used on the Islander Solitaire, that solar diver. The bracelet is sized with screws. I'm not sure if I said that. I'm very excited about this watch, as you probably can tell. Water resistant, 200 meters, just like the original. We have a screw down crown. We do indeed have screw down pushers. Weight is 170 grams with all the links in it. All of these have a couple of links removed because they were used for photography. And probably most importantly, oh, it's going to come in 4 colors, but that's not the most important. The watch is powered by the YM62A. That is the Seiko Epson YM62. The Flightmaster was powered by the Seiko 7T62. The YM62 is basically just the unbranded version of the same exact movement. So we have all the same functionality. It tells time, hour hand, minute hand, running seconds at the 9. It is a chronograph. We have elapsed seconds is center, and then we have elapsed minutes is the top subdial. So it is a 60-minute elapsed time chronograph with a date at the 3. And at the bottom, we have an indicator for the alarm. Now, I will just say really quickly, a lot of people have a special hack that they do. They'll set this alarm to, so the alarm, when it's not set, will always mimic the current time. And when it's set, it will show a different time. We'll get into that. But a lot of people, what they will do is they're not worried about the alarm, the audible alarm. They'd rather have a second time zone. So they'll actually set this to just a different time zone. So it's pretty cool, makes it a dual time watch. But then you kind of lose a little bit of visibility into the alarm if you ever want to set it. However, one thing I kept but modified slightly was the slide rule. So the slide rule on the Flightmaster, as I said, it's more like an E6B slide rule. So it's a standard rotational slide rule, but they added a lot of stuff for nautical miles, miles conversions, fuel, oil, pounds, kilograms, etc. It busies it up. Not that this isn't busy. This is plenty darn busy. But it took away almost everything that was aviation. And it, as weird as that sounds, I know, to declutter it, but you still get the slide rule. And it works just like a regular slide rule. I guess I'll do one calculation. I did do a whole video on calculations on the slide rule, but let's say you're traveling at 80 miles per hour. So 80 is on the top, 60 minutes is on the inside. So how long will it take you to go, say, 160 miles? You can probably do that in your head, but you go right here to 16, and it's 120 minutes or 2 hours. There also is a tachometer on the inside that you can use in conjunction with the stopwatch. Operation of the watch. So you'll unscrew the pusher if you want to use the chrono. And then you start, and it goes. It's not a mecha quartz, but it is a nice sweep. You will stop, and then you will reset. Okay, I'm going to show you the other colors, but before I do, I'm going to set the alarm. Set the alarm is pretty simple. Screwing this button back down. I don't think I started it. There it goes. Set the alarm is pretty simple. You're going to, I still didn't do it. There it goes. Gloves. You're going to pull the crown out to one click, and then you depress the bottom pusher, and you'll watch this alarm time. I'm going to set it for like 3 minutes or 4 minutes from now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5 minutes, because I'm sure I'll yap for 5 minutes. And that's it. The alarm is now set. Push the crown, screw the crown back down, and it's got the alarm time on it. Okay, so it's going to come in black. Oh, I didn't mention price, did I? The price is $349. And as I can't. Oh, I am. I think I'm just kind of turning my gloves around it. Price is $349. The last time I sold the Flighty, it was over $400. So you're looking at, again, the upgrades. You get the sapphire dome crystal with the inner AR. And whether you want to call it an upgrade or not, it's a 20 millimeter lug. But the major upgrade that you get with this watch is that you can actually buy it. And that's pretty cool. Logo. Let's talk about logo for a second. I did logo the crown, but I did not logo the dial again. Just like the prior Solitaire. On the Solitaire, it didn't fit. On this one, it already had 3 subdials. I didn't want to add the circle again. I think it looks really nice. Is this the way of things to come? Like I said, there's plenty of watches coming out that have the circle logo, and there's some more that do not. Kind of still finding my balance there. ISL model numbers are 282 was the black one. This is 283. I didn't want to, as odd as it sounds, I didn't want to copy Seiko exactly with black and yellow. Maybe I should have, I don't know. I went with black and orange. But I saved the yellow highlights for the blue. This is my favorite. I'm pretty sure it's my favorite. Well, maybe not. Let me show you the other two, and then I'll tell you if it's my favorite. It looks really nice. It's so a nice kind of radiant blue dial with the yellow accents. I should say that the movement does have an EOL, or end of life indicator. When the battery is getting low, the second hand at the 12 o'clock subdial will tick once every 2 seconds. So that's your indication to change the battery. It's a normal battery. I want to say an SR 927 or something. But this is the blue one. Oh, in case I didn't open the clasp. Nice milled clasp with 6 positions of micro. I said decent clasp, better than some of the ones on some of the other Islanders, but not a hidden micro this and that. Does taper to 18 at the clasp. So if you did want to add a one of our micro clasps, our clasp 03, that would be the one to add to this for on-the-fly adjustment. The other one that kind of gets my contender for maybe my favorite would be the white one. Again, I wanted to pay tribute to this one, and that's kind of what I said to TGV when he wrote me an email about, he got them and he likes them, but he definitely, can give me a very fair review. He was very straight with me. So I'm going to give you a very fair review. There's things I love about it, and there's things that need improvement. And I said to him, I fully understand. I just want to know from you that I did the mighty flighty. I did it right. I did right by it, and that the watch would be proud of me for being reproduced. This is white with blue accents and then the black subdials. I'm a big fan of the SNA 413. I love this watch. So this was kind of my tribute to that watch. Again, you can see the alarm is not set, so the second time zone, or the second, there I did it, the 6 o'clock subdial is showing the same time as the main hands. And again, it's a bi-directional friction bezel. So you set it, it should be pretty good. I'll be honest, the slide rule is pretty much for show. Nobody really uses them nowadays, and to think that anyone can use this in a cockpit of any kind of plane is really, unless you're in a passenger, airliner, there's no way you could sit in a fighter jet and use something like this. I doubt there's any way I could sit in a Cirrus and use something like this. It just kind of bounces around too much. And then the last one, wild card. Remember when I did the Solitaire? I said the mint green was kind of my wild card. I was okay with the way that one turned out, very bright, very vibrant. This was my wild card here, green again, but this I think turned out really, really well. And I'd love to put this on a green, like one of those green straps with the yellow stripe going down the middle. A lot of people put the flighty on. I think the green here is kind of hunter green with the yellow accents. Really, really, really nice. Done really well. Again, with the logoed crown. I'm waiting for the alarm to go off. It should go off any minute. It's not extremely, extremely loud, but if you're at your desk in an office, you'll hear it. I should say that the date does have a quick set feature. Here we go. You pull out the crown again to change the, oh, there it goes. So I'm putting it right up to my microphone so you can hear it. If you're in a noisy environment, however, you're not going to hear it. It's going to chime for 20 seconds or until you unscrew a pusher and stop it from going on. So we'll do Lume. They're all, actually, why even bring them all out? They're all pretty much going to be the same. So let's do Lume on the blue one. And then I'm going to try the blue one on because it has, I think it's been sized for my wrist already. So we have a surprise guest from the flighty on the right. So I think I did the Lume well. This is the Islander Calverton here. The Lume looks great. Easy to read the time. It's right around 11:05. This Super Luminova C3 looks fantastic. Let's try it on. So there it lies on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. As I said, this is already sized for me. It had, I want to say 4 links removed. So we're going to be looking at, 7 3/4, 8 inches. But as I always say, if you need extra links, you just let us know and we can typically oblige with no problem. But this looks beautiful. Really, really nice. Very, very happy with the way it turned out, if you cannot catch that in my voice. And that is going to wrap it up for us here today. You've been checking out the Islander Calverton, my answer to the discontinuation of the Seiko Flightmaster. I hope I did a decent job. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions, comments, anything else you want to say, you can put it down below. I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.